All right. And I do believe we are live. Welcome back, boys and goons, to another Uncle OG stream. Respectfully, it's good to see you all. Hope you guys are doing well. Long time no see here on the channel as far as the stream goes. My dog is spazzing out because she saw a squirrel. Hana, no, not right now. You're just outside. Anyway, it's good to see you guys. Yeah, fucking missed last week's stream because I was doing prep work, getting ready to go out to old Ohio for the new, no, not new, no excuses trip. the Geisley slash Whiskey Hotel slash Delta 34 stream. Hana, listen, I don't give a fuck. You're not gonna chase squirrels right now. It's 95 fucking degrees outside, and I don't feel like watching you. Hana, come on. Relax, would you? This fucking dog, man. She's a spaz. Anyway, yeah, a little recap, I guess. This is the official recap. Hana, please relax. Just sit down and relax, please. Thank you. Thank you. Holy shit. Chromosome hoarder for 100 big ones. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. He says, Unk out here giving us the gospel. Ephesians 2:8 and 9. For by grace you have been saved through faith. It is the gift of God, not of yourself, lest any man should boast. This is the gospel of our Lord. Amen. Oh, yeah. Metro boomin'. Coral Weezer, 9 months. Good Lord, man. 9 months supporting the channel. We love to see it. Dr. Unkenschmerz with the BBW. Yeah, you guys like that thumbnail. Totally unedited, by the way. Oh, there's also another dono from Chromosome Hoarder. For $1.09, he says, first pooper chat. Indeed. Indeed it was. You came in first. Holding the title down. Yeah, so the competition. Today's... Holy shit. And Chromosome Hoarder became a nephew supporter. You love to see it. You love to see it. He is indeed making Metro boom. Thank you for being a supporter, homie. So, Jesus Christ. So, the competition, right. Had a great time. There's going to be some footage of it coming out soon. Not on my channel, but on... okay. All right. We got some shit to do here, all right? I gotta read this shit. Metro boomin', make it boom! Art Vandalay, for 3 months. He says, Snap-on guy give you the hat after he drilled you. Yeah, no, actually, funny story about this hat. He did not indeed drill me. I purposely avoid getting absolutely butt-fucked by Snap-on because I know they're good at doing that. So, oh my god, dude. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Little booty fart. Making it boom. Let's get it out of the fucking way now. Little booty fart for 8 months. He says big fart noises. Engaged. Indeed, indeed. He's making Metro boom right now. Respectfully, of course. Thank you. Thank you for the continued support, fellas. Honestly. Shit makes it all worth it. So, No Excuses, a competition by Geisley, Vortex, Whiskey Hotel, Delta 34. Was invited out. It was a great time. I was out in buttfuck nowhere, Ohio, like right by the Pennsylvania border, up in the mountains. Didn't even know Ohio had mountains. Which is pretty cool, I suppose. Oh yeah, the Snap-on story, right. Finish that real quick. So Snap-on, I had bought a set of T-handled ratcheting box wrenches, like the swivel kind. In America, they are the only ones who made them, to my knowledge. They were like a white label tool that Snap-on, you know, put their label on, which is not surprising. Snap-on's done that many times. Lots of tool brands do it, but Snap-on does it quite a lot for their hand tools. And I really wanted them because I was doing a thermostat housing on some Buick car that had a turbo on it, and you know, Buick's fucking engineering team in their endless wisdom decided that it would be a good idea to put the thermostat housing behind the turbo. So in order to change it, you theoretically have to take off the entire turbo assembly. It's like a 6-hour job. I got it done in 30 minutes because of these box wrenches. My boss let me borrow like the few that he had. He didn't have a complete set, and luckily he had the size I needed. It was only like 3 10 mil screws that held on the thermostat housing, and I was able to get it done in 30 minutes. It was fantastic. I'm like, yeah, I got to get a set of these. So I talked to Snap-on, and the guy was like, yeah, we'll go ahead and get them. I have to order them from the actual, whatchamacallit, distributor. Big Suit, David Bime. He said, I heard Chromosome Hoarder is handsome and kind. He indeed is. He is a homie. For real, for real. Thank you for that, buddy. No, I didn't rip it all out. I surgically removed it because I had the right tool for the job. And so I was like, yeah, let me get these tools, man. Like, I want the whole set. It was like 360 bones, dude, for the full 8 through 15 mil set. And so he orders it from the distributor. A couple weeks go by. I'm like, hey, man, where did they ship yet? You know, like, what's up? And he's like, oh, nothing yet, nothing yet. This Snap-on guy, all he was interested in doing was selling toolboxes. Just fucking raping people's wallets. Like, bad. Kept trying to sell me on a toolbox. I'm like, nope, not doing it. Sorry. Not falling for Snap-on's fucking credit system. I won't do it. I've seen what it does to people. And so, I'm not even joking. It took 8 fucking months. 8 months to get this set. I'm pretty sure he just forgot about it. Or he had it and was like gonna give them to me if I bought a toolbox or something. Never had my shit, but he was always ready to sell me a toolbox. And 8 months go by and he was just like, he's like, all right, he's like, how about a box, man? I'm like, where's my T-handles, bro? I'm like, where are they? I'm like, you give me my fucking tools, I'll think about getting a box. Just kind of, you know, carrot on a stick in front of him. And he's just like, all right, I'll keep looking, I'll keep looking. After like 4 months, I just stopped asking. And finally, they finally come in and gives them to me. And he's like, man, yeah, I don't know what the hell happened. Like, sorry it took so long. And he gave me a hat for free. This was the hat, which is pretty cool because normally you have to spend like $20,000 on a toolbox to get this hat, which is really fucking stupid, but that's par for the course for Snap-on. Nothing surprising there. So, yeah, that's the story behind this hat. Anyway, competition, Whiskey Hotel, Delta 34, Geisley Vortex were the main purveyors of this competition. It was a lot of fun. Footage will be coming out of it soon. Probably won't be on this channel. I have some footage, but I just due to the nature of the competition and the way that I can record, so it wasn't kind of set up like a standard competition where, you know, everybody who is competing is on standby at each stage. You know, like in the hole, whatever, waiting to go. We were paired up, so me and Range Day Bro, we were partnered together for the competition, and we were just running through the stages basically as fast as we could do them, just to keep everything moving. And it was more so like a PRS style competition, and what I usually film the competitions with is my meta glasses. There wouldn't have been a whole lot to look at, so I didn't really record you know, any of the POV stuff, because you would have just been like, ah, yes, the side of a vortex scope, how interesting, with the backdrop of a bunch of grass for 500 yards. You know what I mean? So there was tons of cameramen out there killing it, getting a lot of good footage. But yeah, it won't be on my channel. I think Delta 34 is going to upload some stuff, as well as Whiskey Hotel. I'm pretty sure there's going to be like a competition recap. So once that gets posted, I'll share it, obviously. I'll make a post about it on YouTube so that you guys can find it. Yeah, who's playing Left 4 Dead in the back? That's Oni Plays. It's my favorite background noise. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I'll share it once it drops. But if I come across any clips that I can share, I'll share them. Be on my Instagram and stuff like that. But it was a good time. I really wanted to go to this competition because I think it really kind of was the final step for me in terms of competition experience. As you guys know, I've been super involved going to competitions and stuff like that. It started out with the Roof Korean Trash Bash in Oregon, which was a outlaw style USPSA, so sort of like an open pistol competition. That was a great one to get my feet wet. And as Hop said, I caught the bug, you know, and I wanted to just hit the ground running, testing out different competitions, different disciplines and stuff like that. Since then, I've done the PCSL 2-gun competition, a tactical games fitness competition, which is CrossFit with some guns every now and then, and this one being like a PRS style competition, not necessarily like a dedicated PRS competition, but rather it was pretty balanced. It wasn't just like exclusively like, you know, rest shooting, where you're only engaging super far out distances. It was pretty balanced. There was some close-up stuff, unknown targets or unknown distance targets, and, you know, some shooting and moving. But I think that there was definitely a focus on longer range engagements and unknown distances with, you know, smaller, reduced size targets, which was cool. It's something I had never done before, and it was a great experience. I learned a lot. I had never shot beyond 300 yards before, just due to the nature of how Indiana is. There's just not very many ranges out here that go that far. So, you know, before or after the Army, I didn't really have many opportunities to be able to shoot that far at all. So it was a good opportunity. I didn't want to pass it up. Plus, I was graciously invited to go out, so thankful for that, being able to participate at all. But it was a good, like I said, like a putting a bow on everything in terms of the different types of competition, trainings, and events, different styles, whatever. Just short of like Steel Challenge and Cowboy Action Shooting, you know what I mean? Or like IDPA, which PCSL and USPSA are similar enough that they basically do the same thing. But I think I got the big picture now. So I was waiting to do this stream until basically I had gotten what I deemed to be like a pretty good idea, a snapshot, as it were, for the competition scene and how it relates to training for the Minuteman, for the Goon LARPer, the schizophrenic Goon LARPer, and what can be extrapolated from that, and what's good, what's not, what's useful, what could be left behind, things like that. So that is the topic of today's stream, is talking about you know, what is good training. I mean, obviously I'd like to think that most of us are training. We're doing this whole, you know, LARP preparedness thing. Ideally you're training because you're doing it for a reason, right? Hello, the Alleys. Welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome in, everybody. As a matter of fact, we got a lot of homies, new and old, coming in. Coral Weezer, Little Booty Fart, Kitty Cat Man, Chromosome Hoarder, of course, Art Vandalay, Rebel Spirit, Moon's the Goon, Phoenix, Bunser, Kevo. All the homies. All the homies are here. 545. Gene. All of you guys. Named or unnamed. Thank you guys for coming back. I didn't say you. I just fucking said your name as if you were a homie. So yes, you are a homie. All of you are homie. If you're fucking watching this, you're a homie. Especially Replay Gang. Shout out Replay Gang. All right. So, yeah. So obviously we're doing this for a reason. You know, it's an idea that we're preparing for SHTF or fucking without rule law, things like that. You know what I mean? Oh boy, here we go. Hold on, ear rape incoming. Sully Stuffy Bones, thank you. $4.99. Training and matches are awesome, but RuneScape stream when? Ooh. OSR? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say. I'm like, I saw it come up on the screen. Metro Boomin, make it boom. Any of the Void. 9 months. Yet again. Heard this was the place for right-wing death squad adventures. Yeah, apparently. Apparently, my fans are right-wing death squad phenotype people. Some people. Yeah, I recently did some collabs with, what's his name? Range Day Bro. And, somebody made the snarky comment that, this was on the Hop stream, I believe. Or he said that, you know, my preparedness audience is right-wing death squad people. I'm like, okay. I don't really think so, but sure. Yeah, Unkenwaffen division. Yeah. Jeez. Hana, please stop. It's freaking day before 4th of July. Or not the day before, but the weekend of. And my dog does not like scary boom boom noises. Scares the shit out of her. Here we go. Yep. St. John's Crusade. Big cousin supporter. For 3 whole months. He said, SHTF. I'm just preparing to not get caught lacking in the streets when I go out for liquor at 8 a.m. Chirac is rough. Right-wing death squads here win. Clean up this neighborhood. Yeah. 8 a.m. liquor store trip goes crazy, honestly. Need to get Unk on the unsubscribed podcast. Get him that Riz. Somebody else was saying that too. I can't remember. I don't mind hopping on other podcasts. I thought I was going to stream yesterday, but Hop decided to do his monthly stream that day, and I was just like, yeah, fuck it. Sure, I'll postpone for a day. I thought I was going to host, actually, and I had made the thumbnail for this video, or for this stream, in preparation for that, and he messaged me and was just like, I'll send out the link to join in a minute, and I was like, getting ready to click schedule stream. I was like, oh, okay. Like, good thing I didn't fucking show my hand like that. Didn't want to blow my load on showing the funny thumbnail. But anyway, so what the hell was I talking about? Something right-wing death squad, something competition, something training. So yeah, obviously we're doing this for a reason, right? And I was initially put into the mindset of testing out competition-style training and stuff like that by the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Pranka. Not like he told me directly, but I was rewatching the Focus Trip stream where he crashed out on Hop. And I was like, despite how funny that was, he actually had some good points. So I was like, fuck it. If there's something to be had here, if there's a benefit to this, then I wanted to find out for myself. And luckily, around the same time, I was invited out for the Trash Bash. So I showed up to that and had a great time. I loved it. It was a shit ton of fun. If literally anything, if you subscribe to the idea that competitions are fucking pointless, that they don't really have any sort of real value or anything like that, which I think you're wrong, respectfully. But if anything, you should do it just because it's legitimately fun. It is fucking fun to do it. Especially you go with the homies. If you're blessed enough to have friends, you know what I'm saying? Then you should do it at least for that. And that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what to expect. I was I was a little bit critical of competitions, having the background in like tactical training. There's always that like, snooty. I point my nose up, thinking like, oh, this shit is below me. It's really not. It's really not. I talked about it in the last video I did, comparing and contrasting tactical training versus competition style events and training, because they are different. Dude, yeah, the Premier Protein, this shit is fat, bro. Makes a great spitter too. The espresso ones are great because I got caffeine in them. I love them. So, yeah, I went into it with an open mind, didn't have a whole lot of expectations or anything like that. And the fun of it is kind of what kept me coming back. But then, like, I'm competitive. I'm naturally pretty competitive. So being in that environment and seeing how people perform, I'm like already fucking overanalyzing everything, trying to, maximize my time and stuff like that, even though I had never done it before. It's just like, I want to see what I could do to see if I could do it better. I did okay. And, once you actually see the leaderboard, it's just like, it gives you a jumping off point to like really be like, and filming it, dude, man, being able to actually look back and see where you're fucking up and then taking that to the range. Legitimately, I'm like, this is like not even exaggeration. Whenever I was going to the range prior to this, I thought I was doing good training. Holy shit, was I wrong? You know what I'm like? I had been just doing fucking nothing of any value, hardly. You know, fucking just basically a waste of time for basically as far back as I can remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that there's like a perfect way to go to the range and train. I mean, but it's rarely focused. It's rarely a coordinated, purposeful thing where I would go to the range and be like, I'm going to work on this. And even if I had that idea in my mind, like the way that I was approaching it was just fucking just dead wrong. And it was hard to fucking even keep track of if I was improving or not. And it's all because, honestly, like one of the big things for me was just the inclusion of a shot timer. Like, I'm not saying a shot timer is the end all be all, like, but it's there, that additional layer of accountability and being able to track yourself and your performance is so huge for training. So couple that with actually having like a purposeful mission when you go to the range. Like, I'm going to work on target transitions, I'm going to work on split times, I'm going to work on reloads, I'm going to work on movement. Like, that should be the goal. That's not like the entire broad picture of good training, but if you're going to do flat range stuff, I think that is like adamantly important that you go to the range for, if like, and we're going to talk about other forms of training too, like not just specifically live fire stuff, but if you're going to go to the range, like you should be going with a purpose. St. John Crusade, $5. He says the local youths set off fireworks in the park a block away all summer long. That would make an Iraqi insurgent jealous. Shakes my whole house. That's actually fucking tough. Sorry, homie. I also get it seasonally, depending on the holiday. I don't go outside for the 4th of July for that reason. Coral Weezer, Unk, when are the PMags going to drop? Don't talk about it yet. It's a secret. It's a secret. All right. But yeah. Let's see here. Rebel Spirit. I would still put in the effort to win, but if you're changing your entire setup to be optimized for competition, then that's where you fall in the sense of using it as training for SHTF. Yes. So, good point. We'll talk about that. So, every competition I've gone to, I use the stuff that I train with. I'm like, this is my SHTF belt kit. This is the plate carrier setup that I have, which isn't saying much, but like this is the shit that I plan on using. Like, I ran every competition with a fucking level 2 holster from JB Holster Mods. Not an endorsement, by the way. But I'm saying it's not like a very optimized setup for competition. And that's okay. That's fine. Like, if you're going there to just win, then the stuff that you theoretically use... Moon's the Goon, I'm like redlining my audio, so it's definitely just you. If I turn it up anymore, it's going to be like ear rape. But yeah, if you try to like change your kit around to just maximize your performance at the competition in that environment, then yeah, you're going to be detracting away from the training value that you would be getting for the overall purpose of training. You know, if you're coming from the place of doing it for tactical stuff, like tactical related stuff. So yeah, like I didn't change anything. I kept the same holster setup that I have, the same belt setup that I have. Nothing was different. You know, I used the 16-inch BCM. Thank you for the sub, Brandon. I used the 16-inch fucking BCM set up with the same optic, shabing bong, fucking ACOG stack. You know what I mean? It's low for you too, dude. What the fuck? Okay. Let me turn it up. Hold on, microphone noises. Let's see. All right. Is that any better? Should I turn it up more? Is that better? How about now? This shit's just turned all the way up now. So, hopefully that's good. If it's too loud, let me know. Holy fuck. Call sign Florida. $10, he says. If I had to pick which uncle was playing Hide the Hand at Thanksgiving, I'd pick OG over Charlie Cox. Thanks. Appreciate it, I think. And then Central Sands Defense for $5, he says, one of the biggest gaps in the firearms training is decision making. We go to comps or training events where the assumption is everything is shoot. The assumption is everything is shoot. Yeah, so depending on what competitions you go to, I mean, there are like no shoot targets and stuff like that. So it's not like a 1-to-1 crossover. You know, it's not totally applicable for everything. And that's true for basically all of competition. Is that, Cat, leave my fucking mic alone, please. Like I said, one is not a replacement of the other. I said that in the video. I'll say it again. Competition is not a replacement for tactical training. Tactical training is not a replacement for competition. Both of them have their own innate value. Both of them have some drawbacks, but I think both of them flourish when they're both used in conjunction with each other. In the video, I made the analogy of it's like different muscle groups. You know what I'm saying? Training competition is like training your legs. Training tactical stuff is like training your arms. Your arms are never going to get better if you don't ever train your arms. You can't just run and expect to get fucking swole biceps and shit. It's just not going to happen. They complement each other, and that is the truth, in my opinion. That I don't necessarily deal in absolutes, but I do wholeheartedly believe that is the case for this particular example. Oh, yep. Come on up, Yuka. Hello, buddy. Yuka's now here. We're going to do some cat ASMR while doing the stream. You guys can look forward to that. Yuka will boop the mic every now and then. Anyway, so yeah, they complement each other. They complete each other. They create the complete package in terms of training. And in the broad sense, that is what good training looks like, in my opinion, is where you're not necessarily leaving out, you know, some factors of training just because of your own preconceived notions. And that's what I see, you know, is people, they're just like, competition is fucking stupid. Like, it's just like race gun gamer shit. You know, there's no point because the expectation is that that's what you're going to do. But it's like, you don't have to. You know, you take it for what it's worth and you do the thing with the stuff that you have. Are you going to win first place? If you're good at the fucking trash bash in Oregon, the guy who won the competition literally shot a like Glock 17 from concealment, okay, like inside the waistband, concealment draw for the entire competition, and he shot better than a guy who used a fucking PCC. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's not that it's like impossible. It is totally possible if you're just fucking good enough. And that should be the goal. The goal for me is I want to win first place at a competition like that using the fucking LARP setup that I have. And it's totally doable. It is doable. And I think you'll find also that it is just more common than you think that people show up to these competitions doing the exact same thing that you're doing, utilizing the stuff that they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ran the PCSL competition, and I ran into a guy from Focus Trip's Discord, and he shot the whole thing while wearing a plate carrier. There is no requirement to wear a plate carrier at the competition, but he did it because he was doing it for training purposes. Like, he saw the value in the competition, shooting and moving, engaging, dynamic targets and stuff like that on a dynamic fucking course. And he was just like, yeah, I just wanted to wear a plate carrier. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what it's all about, dude. You know what I mean? That's great. So you can absolutely do the same thing, and you'll find that other people are also doing the same thing. Obviously, there's going to be some gamers there. Pay them no mind. You know what I'm saying? Respect the hustle, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just straight up don't give a fuck. They're just like, they just want to shoot the competition. They want to shoot it well. They want to do everything they can to improve their odds as much as possible. That's not a big deal. You're not required to win. Just like with training, you're not required to fucking do it perfectly. You're expected to fail. You're expected to be suboptimal. You're expected to be slow. But you are expected to work through it eventually. And that's where I was fucking up for a long time, was I thought I was doing good training for a long time. Turns out I was just wasting my time a whole lot. Just wasting ammo, wasting money. So, yeah, it is important. I do see the innate value. So, let's kind of look at it then. Let's talk about what good training is. Let's answer the question. Because I said I was going to talk about, not only just flat range stuff, but also other things to kind of square you away, make you a better shooter, make you better prepared, make you more capable of a human being. You know what I'm saying? All of this shit is important. It's not just shooting, but it is important. Defense. You know what I'm saying? Being able to keep yourself alive in the face of a threat. Bro, Lehman Russ, for $2, he says, bro, why did you use a picture of me for the thumbnail? That's actually my dump truck. Thank you very much. Which that picture actually comes from a clip. It's pretty funny. Maybe I'll upload it as a short or something, but we were zeroing our rifles for the competition, and Range Day Bro was shooting to my left, and his bullets kept ejecting like onto my fucking body while I was proned out. And fucking there was one that like landed like right in the soft spot behind my knee, and it just like burned the absolute shit out of me. Yeah, M26 Lemon Grenade got that video. Shout out to the homie, by the way. Maybe he's here, maybe he's not. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was a funny clip. Solely Stuffy Buns for $4.99. He says, anyone ever wonder why the Golan Heights have ridges? That's a fucking really good question. What do you mean I'm going to turn the frogs gay? With what? With what? This is fucking propaganda. These baseless accusations will not stand, man. By the way, like the stream, guys. Forgot to say it at the beginning. Please like the stream. If you like the stream, please like the stream. If you don't like the stream, keep it to yourself. anyway, is M26 my dad? He might as well be. We're both Polish, so it makes sense. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about sort of what good training is, what good training looks like as far as the complete picture, and what that looks like. So this is going to be in no particular order. Some of them are going to be arguably more important than others. When they are, I'll notate that, but I'm not going to go in like least to most important. Like with any sort of discipline or anything like that, I think completion is the most important thing. Not, yeah, okay, he's here. So it's doing the, painting the whole picture is what's important in my opinion. So yeah, we'll just start with the obvious shit, like weapons manipulation, accuracy, marksmanship, shooting your guns. That's the shit that everybody gives a shit about. Arguably too much of a shit, maybe. But also not, because that's, we'll say, range stuff. I'm writing it down so I can keep my thoughts in order. People put a lot of attention on it, sometimes too much, but in the same vein, it's also not that big of a deal if you do it a lot. If it's the only thing you do, then you're not really doing yourself a service, but it is one of those skills that it's kind of like use it or lose it. It's easy to fall out of practice. If you... I'm sure it's no surprise to anybody. If you go to the range once a week and then you take a month or two off, when you go back, like, you're going to be kind of rusty. You know what I'm saying? It's like a muscle. It's if you don't use it, then it doesn't stay, that skill doesn't stay as proficient as it normally is, or as it should be. So yeah, the range stuff. Like I said, I was doing it wrong for a long time, and I think kind of what I won't say what I'm doing now is like the best way to do it. I think what I do now is pragmatic. I think it does make sense. Is it the most efficient? Is it the most streamlined? Is it the most effective method of training? Probably not. But let's see. Oh my God, Baron von Baldy Pants for $5. He says TaO2 plus RCR, gang, or whatever the Churins say these days. The Churins. You run in Chevron or Crosshair on your? I have the Crosshair set up on mine, and I really like it. If I wasn't going to use the Crosshair, Horseshoe Reticle is pretty sick too. But you can't really go wrong either way. They're all, spaced out basically the same as far as BDC. So just pick your flavor, one that you'll remember. ACOGs are easy to use, but have fun with it. I think Crosshair is aesthetic as fuck, though. So, yeah, the range stuff, right. What I usually do for when I go to the range, like I said, what's important for me is having a goal, or like having a direction. So I don't like to overcomplicate range trips and stuff like that. I don't like to just go there, with like a grab bag of different things that I'm planning on doing, because the idea is that you're getting repetitions in. You're training a particular skill, a particular movement. There's, like I said, there's a goal associated with what you're doing while you're there. Or at least in my personal opinion, that's what it should be. So, like if I was going to go to the range today, I would probably be training target transitions. You know what I'm saying? And I would bring the associated shit that I would need in order to facilitate that training. What would that look like? Multiple target stands, fucking paper, some pasties, you know, different sticky targets, whatever, different size targets, you know, just to add different layers of complexity to it. You know, maybe do one that's like a no shoot or like a reduced size target, and then you just run drills fucking that are similar, or rather that play into target transitions. So, you know, like you could do multiple things. Like you could do like target transitions, so like 2 on this paper, 2 on that paper, run to the other side of your course, and then repeat the same thing, or like force a reload in there, just to kind of add layers of complexity to test what you're doing. But the main focus is like target transitions, or the main focus is movement, you know, or the main focus is reduced size accuracy. Certain skills like, you know, reloading and drawing and stuff like that, that kind of is like stuff that you could do on your own, which actually is a great thing that we'll talk about. We'll talk about dry fire. Okay. Dry fire is not the same as going to the range. I think we all obviously agree on that. But I'll put an asterisk on this one, that this is probably one of the more important ones that you should be doing. Not everybody can go to the range all the time, or as much as they want. Totally understandable. But being able to go to the range ideally at like a more prepared, oh my God, knock it off. But being able to go to the range kind of like in your best state, as your best self, is important. I think keeping yourself refreshed is accomplished by efficient fucking dry fire. But the fucking the challenge that I've seen with a lot of people, oh my God. All right, hold on. Yeah, no, these are bots. Hold on. There we go. All right. I'm going to hide the chat box for now. Anyway. So, yeah, dry fire stuff. This is going to be how you fucking like pull up to the range with being as prepared as you can. And I think that a lot of people actually don't do dry fire as effective as they should. I was talking about this with some homies, and you know, one of the number one things that I hear from them is like, you know, oh, fucking, I do all this stuff, you know, and oh my God, we're getting raided. Hold on. Let's see if we can get a hand on this. There we go. Any more, you rat bastards? Oh yeah, no, they're bots. That actually sucks ass. Anyway. Yeah, Hammer Squad, please. Someone do something. Doesn't matter. So what I hear from a lot of people is they do dry fire, they focus on it, whatever, but the problem is, like, they're like, man, you know, I do my dry fire, but, you know, I go to the range, and then it seems like all the practice that I do just doesn't actually, like, follow through. It's like, I think I'm doing okay, and then I fucking pull up to the range, and it's like everything just goes out the fucking window. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. I'm as fast as I could fucking ban them from the chat. Another one pops up, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. Try not to focus on it. But yeah, they're like, yeah, everything just goes out the window. I fucking do what I can in terms of dry fire, and it just doesn't actually translate to once the actual rounds start being fired. And I think, frankly, it's because fucking most people just aren't doing dry fire properly, right? Like they're just not doing the same thing that they do when they shoot while they're dry firing, and it's because, you know, the conditions aren't exactly the same, and that's obviously to be expected. But the fucking there are ways to work around that, and a big one I think is, you know, utilizing a shot timer. That is. Let me see if I can make you a mod real quick, Rebel Spirit. There you go. All right, you a mod now. You're in, champ. St. John's Crusade, $5. Clankers go home. Yes, I just used the hard R. Hammer Squad, indeed. You mean dry pulls when I drive isn't proper dry fire? Maybe. It can be. God damn, this is annoying. Hold on. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out later. Hammer Squad. Kill the clankers right now. Yeah, utilizing fucking, what do you call it? Shot timer does help induce some of that like same stress where it's like par times and things like that, but it's not going to be one-to-one, especially like with recoil management and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, if you have good practices with dry fire, then they will translate well. The main thing is to just have consistency. You know what I'm saying? To not change anything. That's what it is. Okay, how do I turn on slow mode? We could do that. I'll figure it out. We can do that. These motherfuckers, dude. My goodness. Let's see if I could change this real quick, chat. Bear with me. Fucking clankers ruining everything. All right. Okay. Let's see if that works. There we go. All right, I got it. Fuckers, eat my ass. Anyway. Thank you for bearing with me through that. Yeah, obviously it's hard to like induce the same sort of. Yeah, we should be good now. I just added the single letters to the banned word list. So, whoops, sorry. Yeah, no N-word towers, boys. Not today. But yeah. Anyway, inducing the same sort of stressors is going to be difficult. But still, consistency is key. And that's really what it comes down to, is this: when you're doing dry fire, you know, there's the expectation that, you know, there's the expectation that there isn't going to be recoil. So, you know, you're going to be loosey-goosey. You're going to be fucking more relaxed. You're not going to be doing the same thing as when you actually fire your gun on the range. So, you know, and that's what changes. It's an automatic shift in consistency right there. And fucking the... Wait, did you ban the word I? Oh, I probably did. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. Yeah, that I can see how that's problematic. Wait. No? I is still fine. Yep. Nope, we're good on that. Anyway. Yeah, obviously I didn't do I. You fucking just posted it. So, yeah, that's the automatic shift in... Oh, shit, just smacked the shit out of the mic. That's the automatic shift in consistency right there is, you know, that's where you're changing it. And that's what people go wrong in terms of doing bad dry fire training, which would very easily fuck a lot of people up. You know what I'm saying? Do not fucking do towers. Knock it off. I'm trying to run a professional operation here. All right? Don't give the clankers any ideas. With that, the fucking grip like is the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's where like people are like, "Oh, dude, you know, my dry fire is good, but I'm shooting low left. Like, I don't understand." And it's like, well, it's because you're obviously changing something in your grip. You're doing input in your grip, and you're fucking up, you know, what you think you're doing during dry fire. Or rather, yeah, it's just when you actually go to shoot, you're not doing the same input, the same grip, the same trigger pull as you do with dry fire. And it's because you're changing something along the way. You know what I'm saying? And I do think that the inclusion of a shot timer for that regard is really fucking nice because it kind of amps you up a little bit. You know, there's that added stress of, you know, trying to beat the clock necessarily. You know what I mean? Lim for $1.99 says, "Will two-stage trigger make me better?" That's what I use. I use a two-stage. You could shoot two-stage really fucking fast. Like, do not be mistaken. You absolutely can. I like the input from a two-stage better than a single-stage or like mil-spec trigger. Which, if you don't know, you know, like a single-stage is basically just a lighter, crisper mil-spec trigger. A two-stage is, there's a little bit of take-up. Kind of think of it like a pistol trigger, where there's like some take-up, wall, and then break. You can just rush right through the wall, or the take-up, straight to the wall and break on a two-stage and shoot fast that way. Like, you won't even feel it. So I do enjoy the two-stage trigger better, just because for more precise shots, there's some predictability there. You work through that take-up, you're at the wall, and you already, like, it's a lot more easier to anticipate when the shot's going to break on a two-stage, in my opinion. So, and some people say, like, oh, you know, it's even better for safety because it's less likely to ND. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Just keep your fucking finger out of the trigger until you're ready to shoot, but safety on. That's just me. But yeah, that's my opinion. I do enjoy a good two-stage trigger. Currently using the Geisley SDE, their super dynamic enhanced trigger, which is very nice. I've also had some experience with the LaRue MBTS two-stage trigger, which is also very good. But you know, they've gone up in price. So I've kind of been like, the Geisley is a nicer trigger, just generally speaking, in my opinion. So I'm like, they've gone up in price, and I'm doing another build. I just went with that one instead. But you can find them both on sale, and kind of go for either one. So You won't be let down either way. Okay. So, my autism prevents me from following basic safety rules. Yeah, that's all of us, bud. Yeah, no, they're both good though. I like both the LaRue and the Geisley. I'm just currently using the Geisley. Come on up, kitty. I know you want to. Hello. So, yeah, consistency is key, especially for pistol shooting. Shooting pistol is really fucking difficult. Like, I thought it was backwards, you know, like, but no, shooting a rifle is objectively better in my opinion, or objectively easier in my opinion than shooting pistol. So, and it all has to do with just consistency in your grip, consistency with your trigger pull. You know what I'm saying? It's the hump, the bell curve of getting over, you know, the common pistol shooting mistakes like shooting low left or you know, shooting high on longer strings of fire for like build drills and stuff like that. It's focused around two key components. Maybe I'll do a video on it, but I'm really not qualified to talk about it. If there's anybody who is more qualified to talk about it and where I got all my information from, it's fucking Ben Steger. His videos are killer. I've seen basically every one of them. And it's extracting the information from those videos is what got me to where I'm at, but it's just the ability to actually apply it is the challenging part, right? But that's where practice comes in. For live fire and dry fire. He has a lot of good information. But it's grip and target focus. If you can like nail those two things, you'll probably outshoot like 90% of pistol shooters. That's just a doggone truth, you understand that? Like it's fucking crazy how easy, like, or not, I won't say easy, but how much less challenging pistol shooting becomes once you actually lock into a good consistent grip and you can actually focus on the target, especially when shooting with a dot. Makes things way fucking easier. Way easier. Yeah, so dry fire is huge. Get a shot timer. Set up I mean, if you're at your house, light switches are a great target. Aim at the actual light. It's light switch itself, not the back panel. Yeah, or you could just fucking put a piece of paper, black dot on the wall. Or if you're planning on going to the range anyway and training, Amazon, you get some fucking cheap IPSC targets, stack of them for like 30 bones. You know what I mean? And fucking hang one up on your wall. That's what I do. I have a dry fire lane in my garage that I practice dry fire with. But like ideally, that's something you're doing like every day. That's why, like I say, it's more important than range, actual range training. The stuff that you can't do during dry fire, like recoil management, which all recoil management is just timing your splits and making sure that your grip and trigger pull are consistent. Like the live fire stuff, all that is just to test how much your actual foundation for pistol shooting falls apart when actually shooting the gun. It's about ignoring whatever the fuck is going on in your hands and in front of your face to the point where it just doesn't bother you and it doesn't change anything about when you're shooting. Like I did an impromptu pistol class with some homies. Again, not because I'm like qualified or anything. I'm like maybe an A-class shooter at best. At best. That's like that's a very favorable statement. But you know, I was just helping the homies out. You know, I would say that, like, you know, I do shoot pistol better than them, just as a matter of fact. You know, not trying to sound prideful or anything, but I'm trying to bring the homies up so that they can get better too. So I was just telling them what I know, and we were running like controlled pair drills and stuff like that, where we would fire 4 controlled pairs from a draw, and basically like I'm just doing sort of like a workshop on like making sure that their grip is good and it stays consistent, and that they're maintaining good target focus while they're shooting. Most of them are shooting with iron sights, which is fucking. It's 2026, guys. We need to put dots on our pistols. Okay, we got to get with the times. It's just a fact of the matter. All right, shooting with a red dot, it takes a day to learn how to do it, and you're just way faster. Target acquisition's way faster. Sight picture's way better. Target transitions are way easier. Get a fucking red dot for your pistol if you don't have one. Just do it. Just do it. Anyway, so we would run through these drills where they're doing their controlled pairs and stuff like that, and I'm telling them, I'm like, you guys should shoot like as fast as you can, essentially, not as fast as what is comfortable. Like, I don't want to see like them. This is what I'm telling them at the time. I'm like, I don't want to see you guys like shoot and then the sight reset, you get a good sight picture, confirm that it's good, and then squeeze another round off. Like, it should be. We're also training predictive shooting, where at distances of like 15 yards and in, you should absolutely be able to do a fucking hammered controlled pair, pop pop, where you send out 2 rounds in a string, and you don't see the sights on the second round. Okay, like it's not like it's not fucking humanly possible to present and fucking fire a pair, pop pop. That second shot where it's returning, you don't hardly see anything. You might see a red streak if you have a red dot. It'll just be like whoop. It's just like a bouncing ball, just doing that, right? So, sorry if my mic's really loud when I move it. So that was kind of like the thing that we were training at the time, right? And I would see them while they're doing these controlled pairs, like it'd be like pop 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 pop, and you could just literally see like them white knuckling it as they go through the string, and then once they finish, I'm just like sitting there watching them for a second. You could see them like they just like relax their grip, like I was telling them to do with their primary hand. And I was just like, I'm like, what happened? Like, what changed? What'd you do? Because first shot was on and then everything else was low left, like, you want to talk about it? And that's honestly like such a huge benefit, is being able to pick up on your own fuck ups while you're at the range, and you could work through a lot of that stuff through dry fire, especially with a dot. Like for me, like maintaining a good grip and just doing like a fast rate of fire with my primary hand, fucking obviously I'm shooting 2 hands or whatever, but I'm watching the dot to see if my dot is like boop, 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 like moving or anything like that while I'm pulling the trigger. If you could do that in dry fire where it does stay on target where you're aiming, take that out to the range and then test it. And if it does change, it's because your grip is changing. And what is likely happening is you're fucking cranking down on that grip while you're shooting because you're trying to stop recoil. And I'll just tell you, like, you cannot stop recoil. Recoil is one of those, it's a necessary evil. It's going to happen. It's not as bad as you think. The gun will return where you're fucking looking, for better or worse. So just don't fucking worry about it. Don't try to stop it. Right? That is like the crash course of pistol shooting of everything that I've fucking learned so far. Maybe not everything, but like that has gotten me through such a big hump and a big plateau. Yeah, exactly. St. John, $2. He says, dropping the death grip does so much shooting, so much for pistol shooting. Yeah. This was a big thing that like I had to work through too, was and my homies too that I shoot with, is I'm like, you guys are fucking squeezing your primary fire hand way too much. Way too much. It's like for grown men who don't have like old man grip strength, like 99% of people are fucking squeezing the firing hand way too hard when they're shooting pistols. Way too fucking hard. And like so like what I try to do whenever I'm, you know, talking to people and we're on the subject is like I show them like what my grip strength for each hand looks like. You know, some people do like the cross hand method where they grab each other's hands while their arms are crossed. What I usually do is I do a handshake to show my primary hand, and then I have the person that I'm talking to make a fist with their primary hand, and then I come in with my support hand to show them what that grip strength looks like, so that they could feel what it feels like on their fingers. Because that's kind of what you're doing, is you're supplementing the grip strength of this hand with your non-dominant hand. All of the grip for recoil control comes from your support hand, not your primary hand. The primary hand needs to hold onto the gun hard enough so that it doesn't fall out of your hand while you're shooting, which is a lot less than you think. And what most people do, myself included, is you start shooting and you're going to tighten up a little bit. So I legitimately, see you later, Lemon Grenade, thanks for hanging out. So like what I do is I'll literally, I hold the gun like I'm fucking taking it out of the holster to set it down on the toilet to take a shit, you know? like I just hold it just tight enough to have it in my hand so that it doesn't flop around under normal movement, not even recoil. And then everything else comes from the support hand. It's like 20% grip strength here, 80% grip strength with this one. And that's not like a hard metric or anything, so don't fucking overthink it. Like that's another thing that a lot of people do is once they start looking into this, they're just like, well, like what? So like, what should I do to like get over it? And it's just like, there is no secret sauce. Okay, there's no secret grip. That's one thing that like I thought for a long time that was very flawed. Was I'm thinking like there's got to be a perfect way to lock into this grip that's going to get rid of my bad shooting habits. I'm afraid not, young Padawan. I'm afraid not. Unfortunately, it's legitimately just maintaining consistency and not putting input. And by input, I mean like compensating for recoil in some way, shape, or form, whether that's squeezing this hand too much or driving the gun down or staring at the sights. If you could work your way through that, it's like there is no secret grip. And like I would demonstrate that by like drawing the gun and purposely holding the gun fucked up. It's like it doesn't matter as long as it doesn't change. That's the key thing here isn't how you grip it, because everybody's hand shape, hand size, grip ergonomics for the gun, you know, different guns, different hands, it's all going to be different. So I can't tell you, hey, put this much pressure on with your fucking pinky finger, and then, you know, the other hand should do this, and this is where you should put your fucking trigger finger. What's up, Nomad? Like, I could tell you guys what to do or what I do for my particular hands and my particular pistol, but it's not going to fucking be the same for anybody else. One, because not everybody shoots M&Ps and not everybody has gigantic Sasquatch hands like me. So it kind of doesn't match. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna. And that's okay. And that's okay because, you know, I'm not trying, like, the truth of the matter is there is no practice or tactic for holding a pistol. It's more like a concept. It's a philosophy. And that's okay. Like, that's the way it should be, because that makes it a lot easier for other people to fucking learn how to shoot more effectively. Right? So, I could talk about pistol shooting for fucking ever. Okay? So, I'm going to move on. But, yeah, those of you that are taking off, thank you for hanging out. See y'all in the replay. Replay gang strong. Yeah. So yeah, just to kind of recap, going to the range, I'm gonna move on to another training thing that I think is very useful. But for range stuff, you know, you're testing the things that you can't do during dry fire, which is testing your consistency and your grip and your trigger pull and target focus under recoil. Training movement, training live reloads. You know, it's just like actual range stuff is like a check on learning on what you did during your dry fire. It's to see if your dry fire is actually worth a shit. So, yeah, and then dry fire, probably the more important thing of the two because you could do it more frequently, but it also sets the foundation for your muscle memory in terms of how you perform once you actually get onto the range. Big difference there. So, what's up, Stale Dog? What kind of movement? Just like, so think of like how like a competition does. So, I mean, shooting around barriers, shooting around different obstacles and stuff like that, moving from one position to another, engaging the same targets or different targets. You could, literally just changing direction. Exactly. Don't overthink it too much, but it's just adding a layer of complexity to it in order to stress those fundamentals. Because when you move, you often have to break grip. So that's kind of like the why you train that is because you're testing your consistency. You're seeing if you can, I mean, obviously your primary firing hand doesn't change. And I've heard Ben Steger talk about it before, where it's like if you don't have to break your grip between shooting positions, like if you're moving forward a few steps or something like that, there's no need to just let go of the gun, like, and move up 2 steps. Like if you could stay locked in so that you don't have to rebuild your grip once you get to that shooting position, then that's obviously optimal. And and again, the whole point that I'm trying to make here is that this stuff translates well to both practices, competition and tactical training. I mean, like if you shoot well in competitions, like you're going to shoot well theoretically fucking in like tactical training environments and stuff like that. I won't say a gunfight because nobody knows how that's going to go until you're actually in one, but like I'm saying that the skills that you attain while at like the competition or training for competition style environments, they translate very well into both fields. It's just learning how to handle your gun effectively. That's really all it comes down to. So, but moving on. I'm gonna grab a little little water. OG's throat is getting dry. Too much talking. Give me 1 sec. Alrighty. The drinks have been obtained. I will live. Alright. I walk away and 15 people leave. Attention span. Never heard of it. It's all good. Anyway. So. You guys have any questions about like the first 2 points that I made? I know you guys threw some out there. Before I move on, I want to like, again, this is what it's all about. This is a conversation. I'm not a fucking expert or anything like that, but I'm trying to, help the homies out as much as I can. I'm offering what I know, what I've seen, what I've learned to try and bring the homies up. And that can go both ways. If y'all got something for me, I mean, shit, I'll take whatever I can get. Oh, hell no. OG should buy a FK Burno. Yeah, let me get fucking $40 garbillion, please. The Goon Bucks will have to buy that one. That'll be a tax write-off for the year. Okay. I'm doing one-handed transitions right now. Okay. I know it's probably not recommended these days, but when I learned to shoot, I was taught to never stay still while drawing, and it made moving and shooting extremely natural. Yeah? Yeah, for like self-defense distance, fucking 3 feet, 3 yards, 3 shots type shit. Yeah, no, that's a good habit to get into. PSD is 1500. Oh. What am I thinking of that's like the one that's super expensive? I might be thinking of the Alien. I think that one's like several thousand. I'll think about it. Even though it's a unicorn gun. Anyway, moving on. So, what else is good training? I'm just gonna say it. Nobody's gonna like it. Fat Chud's gonna be seething over this one. See you later, Bazooka. The original FK was 75. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay. So I'm not crazy. Next thing that's good training. Motherfucking fitness, boys. All right. Guys, we can't be fat. Being fat is cringe. Being fat is extremely goy-pilled. All right. We just cannot be fucking fat. And luckily, getting unfat is not as hard as you think. It's really not. I'm not saying you got to be a fucking absolute stud, shredded beyond recognition, but like, I mean, if you can, get there, but literally not being fat and having decent cardio will put you leagues ahead of most people. Like, it's not that hard. So if you're fat, okay, I'm gonna talk about the skinny boys too, because y'all are equally as much of a liability as the fat Chungus homies. But like, losing weight is really not that difficult. I know because I've been on both sides of the spectrum, believe it or not. I grew up a fucking beanpole. 6'4", 175 pounds, which is obscenely skinny. Like, obscenely fucking skinny. What are some baselines a healthy adult men should shoot for? You mean like in terms of fitness? In terms of fitness, mile time, strength feats, body weight percentage. Okay, yeah. Mile time, I think a good goal to have for most people. Obviously, depending on your age, which people are going to say age is a number, but I mean, if you're starting out and, you're older, it's just going to be harder to get to that point. But a good metric to move towards, I think a 7-minute mile is pretty obtainable for most younger dudes that are in shape. Obviously, if you're not in shape, then it's going to be a lot harder. But it's a goal to work towards. Like a 7-minute mile, yeah. 7-minute mile, I think, is a good time. That's like, it's pretty obtainable. And then at that point, try doing a 14-minute 2-mile. That'd be a good mile time. Body weight percentage, or like body fat percentage. Ideally, like literally the ideal margin for most men is between like 10 and maybe 15% on the high end. That's like optimal. You should have some body fat on you. Like, you don't want to be like the super ripped, fucking sucked in, like no body fat, all muscle mass type shit for a very long time. It's actually not super healthy for you. Fat in general is responsible for hormone production and regulation in your body. So if you don't have any fat, like like people that are like, oh yeah, I'm cutting fat out of my diet. I'm like, you're gonna fucking die. Like, you have to have fat. You have to have some fat. If you don't have any fat whatsoever, like you will legitimately start to feel like shit. It's not a good time. And yeah, like I mean, you look at people that are like on fucking that are schizo-maxing and shit like that. What do you notice? They're fucking bean poles. It's because their fucking hormones aren't regulating properly because they don't have any fat in their body. It's a reason. Yeah, 15% is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I would say that's on the upper end. You average it out 13%. He said the number. What? Despite being. Yeah, dude. Sugar is like a plague on society right now. The amount of sugar that we have in our food is like really fucking hard to avoid. But like making sure that you're not spiking your glucose intake and fucking managing in like a healthy insulin level is gonna like pay off in dividends in the long run. Keep you from getting fucking what's it called? Diabetes. It's true. So yeah, mile time, 7 minute, maybe 8 minute, but ideally, 7. And then body fat percentage, I would say 15-ish if you're heavy. If you're below, 10 to 15%. We'll just say that. We'll keep it simple, in a range. That would be optimal. And then as far as like feats, stuff that you should be able to do in terms of like exercises or whatever for strength conditioning and stuff like that. I think you should be able to do at least 5 pull-ups, okay, for back strength, back and arm strength, right? Like, I'd say do that. Being able to bench or overhead press or incline bench, because benching honestly is one of those exercises that's actually like you need to know what you're doing or you're gonna fucking tear a rotator cuff. So incline bench is usually a safer option. But I think being able to bench or overhead press fucking your body weight is like a fucking pretty sick goal to have. But depending on your size, that's easier said than done. Short King's eating good with that one. Like, oh yeah, bench press 160 pounds. Yeah, I could do that. And then there's people like me. It's like, oh, 218. Okay, I mean, it's like I can do it, but if I'm like not at all in fitness or anything, that's like a pretty hard goal to get. But yeah, I mean, the as far as feats and stuff like that, you want to talk about a good fitness goal to have for feats? Going to the gym at least fucking twice a week. That's a feat to obtain and maintain. If you do that, you'll be fucking solid. Just don't hurt yourself either. Don't get rhabdo. Rhabdo sucks. I've had it multiple times. My kidneys are fucking shot. Yeah, fitness, man. I've already seen it get brought up a couple times. Rucking is a cheat code for overall fitness. You will get fucking stronger, improve your cardio, burn fat. It is like a superfood type of exercise. It is a fantastic You're also moving that 218 a lot further at 6'4". Yeah, true. No shit, actually. I was talking about that at the tactical games where we had a stage where we had to do push-ups and shit like that. And I'm like, dude, this fucking, or no, we were doing back squats with a barbell. And I'm like, well, this is gonna fucking suck. They're like, dude, that should be easy for you. Like that barbell is like fucking pretty light. You know, it's like it was like a 145-pound barbell or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but like the range of motion that I have to go through compared to you guys, fucking, it's not the same. Fucking short dudes are always killing it in fucking PT and shit because the range of motion is like nothing for them. They do push-ups, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking cheating. But anyway, yeah, rucking. Rucking is awesome. Honestly, it's a lot easier on your joints than running. Fucking, it is a form of cardio, so like you'll actually maintain like a good high BPM while you're doing it. You know, which it does help condition you for running, and it also is great for fucking leg conditioning, like strength training, essentially. Like your muscles will feel fucking smoked from your back to your abs, your legs. Like rucking fucking rocks, dude. I love it. I love rucking. It's like if I do it when I feel lazy. You know what I mean? It's great. I really do. Really do enjoy it. So and it's super accessible. You know what I'm saying? If you have a backpack and 2 functioning legs, like you can go ruck. It's awesome. So I recommend that to like anybody. If you're not incorporating rucking into your training regiment in any way, shape, or form, get out there and carry a backpack and carry some stuff around. Go walk the fucking dog with a backpack on. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. Going to the gas station to grab a pack of smokes, you better ruck to that motherfucker. You can smoke one on the way back. as a gift to yourself. But yeah. Other fitness stuff though, I'm trying to think. I think it's just good that it's functional. Whatever you're doing, I mean, obviously you can do whatever the fuck you want, but if you're training with a purpose, which is kind of the whole motif here that we're talking about, is training with a purpose, then the exercises that you're doing shouldn't really be wasted. Like we don't need to do fucking 30 combined sets of bicep curls in a week. There's nothing that you're really going to be doing that necessarily requires that I can think of. You know, but you could still train biceps through other movements that are compound movements that are more beneficial, like rows, pull-ups, fucking you know, cleans, shit like that. It should be functional. It should be functional. That's how you create that good muscle memory. Oh my goodness, you guys are riffing off questions. Hold on. Biggest problem with rucking is the time commitment. Yes, that is a big, you know, I won't say drawback to it, but it's just something to keep in mind. Cardio in general is a time-consuming thing. You know, the short burst, high-intensity training, HIIT training, of like doing sprint circuits and stuff like that, it does have lower time commitments associated with it, but it's not the same thing as training long-distance endurance running and cardio. It's just the bullet you have to bite, is if you want to train those things in particular, such as like longer distance endurance cardio, you kind of just have to suck it up instead of watching the fucking World Cup soccer game, goy ball, or playing video games, you go and you run instead. And you go and you ruck instead. That's where that discipline has to come in from, unfortunately. More times than not, you do have time to do it. Like, you could bang out a 2-mile ruck march in 30 minutes. 15-minute pace ruck is not that hard. Like, you can absolutely do that. Got the misses, Spirit X Online, $5. He says, got the misses into hike rucking, and going down our local wildlife trail is a game changer. Yeah, dude. Bitches love that shit, man. They've been telling us for years. They like long walks on the beach. They like going on adventures. Spontaneous. All right, bitch, put this backpack on. We're hitting the trail. They love that shit. Get them, man. Yeah, that's really good. I'm happy for you, homie. Yeah, Gene, that's a good point. If you guys do, find yourself getting into the motivation, if you actually take anything I say seriously, and you do get into fitness, I've said it before. Don't get rhabdo. Rhabdo fucking blows, and it will put you out bad, in a bad way. Just don't overdo it. Listen to your body. Okay, this is one of those things where you cannot rush. The only thing you can rush to in terms of fitness is failure. You can only rush to failure. That's the only thing that you're going to find if you try to hurry this thing along. What is rhabdo? Rhabdo is short for rhabdomyolysis, and what it is basically when proteins from your muscle fibers breaking down from overexertion and exercise enter your bloodstream, and they put a ridiculous amount of stress on your kidneys. Your kidneys are not set up to filter out like muscle matter and proteins. Yeah, exactly. Rhabdomyolysis, muscle tissue breaks down way too fast and leads to kidney and heart issues. Yeah. It's not fun. It's not fun. I've had it like several times from being in the Army and lifting weights and going crazy and doing stupid shit. Not being careful, basically. Yeah, like I said, you can't rush this thing. Fitness is something that you cannot just, like, it's not a box to check. It's something that you incorporate and you just keep doing fucking forever. So either you love it or you hate it. You know what I'm saying? But it regardless of how you feel about it, it is important. So use that to hopefully motivate yourself to get out there and do the thing, And anything is better than nothing. It doesn't, like, I see so many people just, like, not do any sort of fitness at all because in their mind, they're like, if I can't do it in their eyes, completion and perfection, then it's not worth doing at all, which is an absolutely brain-dead, retarded fucking way of thinking. It really is. It's crazy to me because people are just like, they're robbing themselves of fucking bettering themselves physically because they can't justify it in their own mind because they're like, if I can't do it all, I don't want to do it at all. I'm just like, why? You doing literally anything that is like associated with physical fitness will make you better in some way, shape, or form. Like, why would you rob yourself of that? Why would you rob yourself the ability and the possibility of being better? Yeah, robbing yourself of progress. It's fucking crazy to me. It's fucking crazy. Like, I don't get it. Gooning does all that too? Yeah. That's fucking mental fitness. Mental discipline. with real physical fucking problems associated with it. Don't be gooners, chat. I know it's goons only around here, but it's a different type of goon. Not gooners. Yeah, that's one way to absolutely sap yourself of any fucking motivation is to turn into a gooner or be a gooner. Just absolutely fucking nay your brain's fucking reward system for dopamine. Okay, is there anything that I'm missing as far as fitness? Yeah, if you're gonna do it, even if it's only a little bit, fucking do it. Anything's better than nothing. Don't be stagnant. But if you're gonna do a lot of it, don't do all of it at once. Don't hurt yourself. Don't give yourself rhabdo. Don't put yourself out. Getting injured is gay. What else am I supposed to do while watching the stream? I don't know. How about some fucking push-ups? Why don't you do some push-ups instead? You want to touch your pepino? You want to touch your worm? While you watch the stream, you want to see the funny pink man without the pink mask? You want to goon while you watch the stream? How about you do some fucking push-ups, man? You got to stop touching your pepino, fool. There's nothing even coming out anymore. That shit is turning purple, fool. You're going to hurt yourself. Also, drinking is like horrible for you. Shouldn't do it all that often. You should only do it when you hate your job. Oh my god, my fucking back hurts. Anyway, moving on. Next thing, let's see here. Let's see. Just trying to think like the more educational or mindset focused stuff that could be training. Tactical based stuff. We gotta touch grass, man. We gotta get out there. We gotta touch grass. We gotta camp. We gotta be outside, man. That's a good one. There's so much good stuff associated with like actually going out and like LARPing with your kit in the fucking woods, testing your gear, being in difficult situations or less than ideal situations. LARP in woods. I spelled woods wads because I'm a fucking moron. All right. So yeah, touching grass, man. Touching grass. It is a form of training, believe it or not. Just testing your gear in general. I mean, like, I'm not saying, like... I mean, glamping is fun. But, like, have you ever gone out in the woods and suffered? Oh, my God. Hold on. What are you guys saying? OG, you need to do your good mornings. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, and good rest important. But Unky, the Lord give us whiskey. Yeah, I know. I got some right in front of me. If gun tubers were wrestlers who... Okay, no, we're not... Moons, we're not doing that right now. All right? We'll save that for the fucking end of the stream. We need to stay focused right now. All right? That was a lot of fun. But we need to fucking... we gotta stay on topic right now. We'll do that later. Touch grass based, indeed. Heading over to Focus. Have a good night. See you later. Tell him I said hi. I'll probably tap in there once I'm done. Augusto, what are we drinking tonight? We are drinking, this is Evan Williams, Bottled in Bond. Evan Williams is a pretty budget whiskey, but their Bottled in Bond is actually really nice. 100 proof. I like it a lot. It's my favorite bottle to have at home. Because it's cheap and it's not that bad. Drink it on ice, let it dilute a little bit. So good. So good. Also, being in the area you live and being not in buildings. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying, you know? That's kind of the idea. Is that's where the grass is at. That's where you gotta touch it. Fucking larp 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 sahur. Okay, yeah. Touching grass, right? Testing your gear. I feel like that's the easy part. Everybody figures out what they want and they get it, and they set it all up as they want, what they think is good, and then it never gets dirty. That's my favorite thing to do. That's how I troll people. Is I'm like, damn dog, that rucksack's pretty clean. Do you wanna talk about that? Them G3 pants are spotless. It's not a flex. It's kind of weird. Maybe you should go outside every now and then, you know, or God forbid a sleep system that has not one speck of dust on it. It's just like, all right, man. You guys need to go out. You got to go out and test your gear. But also, I think what's arguably more important than testing gear is putting yourself in those controlled situations where it's less than ideal. It's not comfortable because you are legitimately training mental fortitude. As fucking cringe and larpy as that sounds, it's actually like true for 99% of people like who just don't do it that often or have never done it. It's like it's fucking eye-opening. You know what I'm saying? Like it changes the way you think. It changes the way that you plan things out, and being able to just fucking be uncomfortable and live with it and not fucking give up and quit and go home because holy shit my feet got wet, like massive. Like that type of like mindset and mentality is worth its weight in gold anywhere, not just in SHTF LARP fucking Goonsville, USA, Ass-Crackistan fucking war scenario. Like, day to day, that's fucking huge. There's a lot of fucking pussies out there, is what I'm trying to say. And going out and being a fucking man, camping in the woods with the boys, and your sleep system not being as comfortable as you fucking want it to be, you know what I'm saying? Or not bringing enough layers, or being too hot. You know, bugs fucking bothering you, but fucking dealing with it anyway because you're out there suffering with the boys together. That shit is fucking awesome. All right? You should learn to love that shit. I know it's fucking rah-rah as fuck, but like, that's what embracing the suck literally is just suffering with it. Just being okay with it. It's not that bad. That mentality goes a long way. And how you can improve that, how you can build upon that, is going out with the boys. Testing gear. Go out camping with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Hiking. Wearing what you would wear. Fucking in your high-speed goon LARP scenario. You know? Fitness also has a tremendous impact on that as well, because it's a hard thing to do. Fitness, so like the first thing to overcome is just the decision to actually do it. But my gear will get dirty. Yeah, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point. Lim, $5. He says, drink, goon, smoke weed, game every day, buy Gucci gear, never train, Shadow Force. Yeah, that's cag as fuck, honestly. That is super cag. Exactly, Rackpull. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the first big hurdle to get over in terms of like mental fortitude, is making the decision and the commitment and sticking with it to actually fucking pursue like improving yourself in terms of fitness. Like being able to stick with that shit and hold yourself accountable to that regiment, because it's not easy, it's not always fun, but you just got to do it because it's better for you if you do. Mental fortitude, the challenge, the overcomings, it's great. You should love it. Learn to love that. Same thing with going out and testing your gear, or, you know, sleeping in the woods when you have the opportunity to just stay home instead. Have fun with that type of shit. Lifting is easy, cardio is a pain in the ass. I don't like either, honestly, but you just kind of have to do it. I'm pretty lazy by nature. Amen, Loldimer. LOL DMR. Hardest things in life don't come easy. You damn right about that, brother. My brother. Okay, let's see here. LARPing in the woods, that's a good one. What else is even good training? What even is good training? Trying to answer that question as many ways as I can. What even is good training? My balls get wet when I lift. Love that shit. That has got to be the fucking craziest shit I've read all week. Thank you. I saw a really funny we're gonna side tangent here. I saw a really funny thing on Instagram not too long ago. I think I posted on my story. Oh, fuck. I think I sent it to Protraban. Hold on. It's so stupid, bro. Yeah. This shit right here. Yo, you got me slapping my belly, laughing and farting. God, I'm such a gassy human. Oh my god. I'm such a gassy human. It's actually fucking hilarious. It's ball day at the gym today, boys. Prepare yourselves. They're gonna lock the doors behind you when you go. Alright. Is there anything that I'm missing in terms of what is good training? What do you guys think is also good training? Tactics related stuff. Learning where to stand. Where to put your feet. What to do in order to leverage the environment to your benefit. In a force-on-force environment. But I feel like that stuff has so much nuance to it that it's like, yeah, I don't know. Everybody's got a fucking opinion on that shit, so. The stuff I'm giving you is just easy that you can do all the time. Except maybe the LARP in the woods stuff. But you should do that as much as possible. Stay connected, yeah. Okay, medical. Great fucking point. Thank you, guys. Throw that on the list here real quick. Yeah, medical stuff. Okay. This goes beyond, just like fitness, this goes beyond just the LARP sphere of things, okay? Like, you're more likely to get into a serious car accident that's life-threatening than you are to fucking get shot. You know what I mean? So, the medical stuff, that's something I can't really do on stream. It is something that I am planning on doing a video for. I have a friend of mine who's an EMT. I was going to invite him out. He's a fellow goon. And I was going to have him run me through, like, you know, basically do a class on what is essentially the civilian version of TCCC. Just life-saving procedures, handling common life-threatening injuries, conditions, things like that. Yeah, civilian CLS, essentially. I am planning on doing that. So, but yeah, the medical aspect, if you guys, man, that's actually pretty common, is like, everybody carries an IFAC, but not everybody really knows the ins and outs of it. They can't tell me the the symptoms of shock. But, you know, at least they got a needle decompression needle. That's good. I guess, you know, like they don't know how to handle a head and neck injury, but you know what? At least they got 5 tourniquets. That's awesome. We talked about having good mentality, right? Yeah, that's kind of like what we were talking about with fitness and LARPing in the woods is just like getting used to being uncomfortable. Medical skills from the movie Sandlot. How? I'm trying to think what even besides old boy faking passing out at the pool so he can what the fuck was that chick's name in the movie? It was like she had a fucking crazy name. It was like it's like Mary Jane Crabblesnitch or some shit like that. Like, what the fuck was her name? Either way, yeah. This shit's important to know. There's a lot of... This is one of those things where you should definitely not, like, take information from, like, some asshole on the internet. Like, it should be a professional teaching you this shit, which is why, like, when I make the video, I'm going to literally bring out my friend who is a professional to teach this shit. You know, I'm just facilitating the video, the exchange of information. That's all I'm trying to do. So, yeah, but that's something that is very serious. Everybody should be spun up on being a halfway decent, you know, I won't say medic, but you get what I'm trying to say. They can handle common life-threatening... Wendy Peppercorn, that's what it is. Yeah, thank you. They should be able to handle those life-threatening injuries. Whatever you carry in your IFAC, you should be proficient in utilizing and knowing when to use it and how to use it. Detroit Urban Survival Training, yeah. Right up there with Johnny Q. Are we at the point in the stream where we could do the thing now? We could talk about wrestlers as gun tubers. We should talk about... We should do like a champion bracket. Who would win in a fight? Gun tubers. I need to set that up. I need to make like a graphic for that. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Yeah, all right. All right, Hana. I know. Scary boom boom noises. It's frightening. Good lord. All right, hey, come on. Relax, please. This fucking dog, bro. Look at her go. She's protecting the house right now from Scary Boom Boom. Hana, please. It's okay. There's nothing I could say at this point. It's fucking... She's just gonna keep going. Oh, my God. Let's see. GT might win. Hop Hogan. Garantham is a weak ass despite the steroids. Paul Harrell, peace be upon him, would have wrecked him. Paul Harrell's got old man strength. He did. Yeah, no, Hana's taking care of her civic duty, protecting the house from fireworks that are miles away. Bones is not in Iran. Bet Bones is scrappy. He might be. When he gets back, we should test that out. I'm gonna be I'm gonna set up the first ever the GunTuber exclusive. What the fuck was it called? iDubbbz thing that he did. The content creator bash or whatever the fuck. The one that Sam Hyde fought in. What the fuck was it called? Oh shit. iDubbbz boxing event. Creator Clash, that's what it is. Creator Clash. Should do a GunTuber exclusive Creator Clash. You just invite out a bunch of GunTubers and have them beat the shit out of each other. I think that would be fucking hilarious. Bones, but here's the thing. So you'd have to. That's what we could work on right now. We could work on who's gonna fight who at the GunTuber exclusive Creator Clash. Bones is arguably, you know, I won't. He's 5'11", okay, but he's not like a huge guy. So like I'm trying to think of like who would he have to match up against. I feel like Bones could take PSR. Yeah, I feel like that'd be a pretty fair fight. Hop versus Brass Facts. Lovers Quarrel. Yeah, that's like the cage match. That's the special event is Hop versus Brass. Bones and Botkin. Yeah. That's I think that's a good one. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be like the skinny fellers. But Lucas is like short, isn't he? Like he's like actually pretty short. From what I heard. Or so I've heard. But I think it would be good, yeah. Bones versus Bakken. Damn. That just sounds cool. That'd be like a main event, bro. Lucas versus Luhan. Luhan wins, probably. No. It'd be T97 versus Luhan. The PSYOP v PSYOP. Hop and Brass versus Dirty Civilians. That would also fucking rock, honestly. That would be fucking hilarious. A fucking tag team. Hell yeah. I'm trying to think if I was going to go up against anybody in a proverbial what the fuck is it called? Creator Clash for GunTubers. I'm like OG versus Jocko? Hell no. First of all, he's not a GunTuber. Second of all, I mean, as long as there's no BJJ, I'd be okay. Maybe. He's like a fucking massive human being, though. Randy Reviews and Jordan Krause. Dude, that fucking would kick so much ass, actually. Ben Stager would be a fucking fantastic commentator for that, and administrative results for sure. OG versus Boondock, dude. Who do you take me for? I'm just gonna fucking beat the shit out of a woman. Like, come on, dude. I don't think you would appreciate that. OG versus Hickok. I mean, that's like who I'm trying to think. I'm like stature wise, the only people that I could think of that are like my frame, my size. For one is Hop, but I think I got probably fucking 20 pounds on him. And yeah, Hickok, but he's also like 98 fucking years old. Yeah, I think me and Admin would have to fight just to be the title of mustache white guy on the internet, fighting for that title, because I can't like make a video where somebody doesn't like compare me to him, and I'm like, I don't even fucking see it. Like, pull up a fucking picture of him here. Administrative results. Okay, we kind of look alike. Never mind. All right. Never mind. Damn it. Yeah. You could fight Reno May. I think he's the same. Really? No. Reno May has always given me Short King energy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just looking at his, like, his bone structure, he looks to be like a shorter guy. I could be dead wrong about that, but I don't know. I always assumed Reno was like bones shaped. I don't know. I stand alone. The only person I know that's like similar size as me is Hop. But like I said, I don't think we're in the same weight class. Plus he's old, I'd kill him. Logi only loses if someone were to remove the pink mask. Like a fucking luchador. Yeah. I feel like that would only be fair is I'd have to fight another masked gun tuber. You know? The mask match. Who else wears fucking masks in this fucking sphere of the internet? What are other masked gun tubers? I mean, there's like... Admin doesn't count because he's a commentator. I don't even know how I would look this up. Masked gun tubers? Administrative results is the first one. Maybe ChatGPT would know. Risky? Yeah. I feel like me and Risky would be a fun one. Hell yeah. I'll start a channel just to fight you. Thanks, appreciate it. Baubles? Yeah. I think me and Risky would have to do that. Yeah. If this event ever happened, me and Risky would have to do it. It only makes sense. Schizo mask gun tubers. It would be perfect. It would be perfect. An immovable object versus an unstoppable force. Which one's which, I don't know. Trench would if Trench was invited to this, he would have to fight like Johnny Q. It would only make sense. I think that would be fucking hilarious. Dude, I want Bobble's channel to fucking blow up, dude. That dude deserves it. I love that guy's videos. How many subs is he at? If you guys don't know who Bobbles is, you need to fucking go sub to his channel. Yeah, 2.7? Dude, no. We gotta get that up, like, immediately. This dude's videos fucking rock. I love it. Very underappreciated channel. There's so many of them, like, in the GunTube space. Legitimately. I don't deserve this. Even the amount of success that I do have in this, you know, corner of content creation in this community. I don't fucking deserve this shit. You kidding me? I'm still thankful for it. Thankful for all of you guys. This shit's a blessing for real, but I just want to see the homies succeed too. You know? Everybody. When the table gets bigger, it means we all eat. When I get more bread, the table gets bigger. Type shit. Trench would wreck Johnny Q. Yeah, no, that's fine. It would just be hilarious. Trench do be lifting weights. We know that. I don't know who would be a fair fight for Trench. That's another guy who like strikes me as like a short dude. He obviously lifts, so like you got to be gotta class him out properly for an opponent. I don't know who that would be. Fucking need like a battle gnome Fido type individual. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I know he's actually like in shape. Like he actually lifts weights and shit. Like I remember the lift weighting. I'm gonna have a stroke. I remember the weightlifting arc on Trench Grenade's channel, where like he kind of like wasn't doing gun stuff for a while, and he was just doing weightlifting stuff. I remember that. I was there. Glow so bright. I wouldn't even say Glow so bright's a gun tuber though. That's kind of the thing. He used to do it, but he's since stopped. Who else would be there? What about Mike from Mr. Guns and Gear? He's like a cop. Used to be a cop, so again, we need somebody. There's so many like different backgrounds here, and Trench versus Armed Scholar, dude, he would just fucking kill him. What are you talking about? That would be fucking crazy. That would suck so hard. Actually, it would just be a murder. Why did he stop? In his words, he talked about it on stream one time. He was like, I used to make gun videos, but nobody gave a fuck. So, that's about that. Yeah. Imagine the fucking GunTuber creator clash. The fucking Mr. Guns and Gear just fucking bites somebody's ear off. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Stop the fucking fight. Trench and Focus. That would be fucking insane. That would be fucking insane. Yeah. That would be the hype match for sure. There's some deep-seated fucking hatred there. That would be I would pay. I'd pay to watch that. Even if it was my own event, I'd pay to watch that. How do we set this up? I don't want to ask iDubbbz. Not like he'll fucking answer me, but how do you set up a private event where a bunch of people beat the shit out of each other? I think it would be fucking hilarious. Plus, it would, the challenge would also being trying to get everybody on the same page to show up at the same time. That would also be really hard. If Kentucky Ballistics Trench, if he's in, he's big. Trench versus Randy refuse it. No, we already said Randy versus Jordan. Randy and Jordan got to go at it. Jordan Jareb. That'd be like it's the super heavyweight title match. Comparing Family Express to Casey's is criminal. How? What the fuck are you talking about? They're extremely similar. Casey's has more shit, like stuff, but like I don't. They're like fucking identical. What are you talking about? They both sell pizza. They both got fucking baked goods. They're gas stations. They got. I think Casey's probably has like more food and snack options. But either way, they're like the fucking same thing. Family Express. Listen. Family Express has the best bathrooms out of any gas station I've ever been to. And that's on Phone M Grave, except maybe Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's was fantastic. But just like generally speaking, the vibes, the ambiance is evil as fuck in Family Express bathrooms. But the fucking shitters, they have these toilets. Excuse me. They have these toilet seats that fucking you like wave your hand on the side of it and it dispenses sanitizer so you can sanitize the seat before you sit down so you can have a clean seat every time. And I love that. I love that. I really appreciate that. That makes it a lot better. I used to not give a singular fuck about Family Express until they added the fucking new and improved shitters. Yeah. Top-notch shit, right? That's what I'm saying. I love that shit. Normally, though, I'm a diehard Speedway man. I've had the same Speedy card for... This shit's so beat. Look at that shit. It's fucking totally falling apart, splitting on both sides. Still works though. I probably got 100,000 fucking points at least on this shit. I like never use it. Oh, that's not true. Whenever I'm at the pump, I'll scan my shit, and if it asks me if I want to do like a 10-cent rollback, I'm like, hell yeah! You damn right. I fucking love Speedway. They were really good until 7-Eleven bought them out. They sold out, but they're still okay. I like the Speedways that have Krispy Kremes. There's several Speedways in my area still that sell Krispy Kremes, and it's fucking awesome. I also think their slushies are better. Probably due to 7-Eleven buying them out, but, you know. Why did you wear a cool kid hat last night, but a dad hat tonight? I don't know. I got a lot of hats. I have like a shit ton of hats. I like to collect hats because I'm obviously very bald. So wearing a hat is like a personality trait for me. But I have lots of hats, and I like to rotate them out every now and then. I wore the cool guy hat last night because that was actually a hat that I bought in Oregon at a Columbia. Actually, I didn't buy it. My homie bought it for me. The homie chromosome hoarder. Are you really bald? That's sick. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah. Yes, I'm bald. I'm incredibly fucking, like, I got the Dr. Phil phenotype right now, where I just grow the sides and nothing else. It's fucking Jover for me. But I think it's time for a Zimbabwe. Is Unk suffering in the heat with their best... Dude. It was like 95 degrees with like 80% humidity today. I was going to fucking kill myself. Charles Bronson haircut? Yeah, no shit. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, hats. Yeah, I got that hat in Oregon. So for the hop stream, I wanted to wear it because obviously they're all in Oregon. So, you know, makes sense, right? I have the same hairline. Real recognize real. Too much tea for this whole ass life. I think so. I wanted to do that actually. I wanted to do a testosterone blood panel just to see where I'm sitting. You know what I mean? Cooking alive at the long day factor. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That fucking blows. Tomorrow's my oh yeah, I haven't told you guys. Some big things have been going on in the life of Uncle OG right now. I don't have enough hair to do a comb over. It's not even possible. We're down that bad. But some big happenings going on in the life of OG right now. I had very quietly made the decision to basically leave my job and pursue YouTube full time, just for a season. As you know, I'm a carpenter, so work is often seasonal anyway. We're about halfway through the summer, but you know my finances are in a place where it's like I could theoretically leave a little early, not beat the shit out of my body, and just focus on YouTube. And then literally one day after I do that, I get told that the house that I live in, which is a family house, it's been in the family for like 80 fucking years, is getting sold out from under me. That was a phone call that I got today while I was at work. So I have to find a new place to live, which means affording a new place to live, which means I have to get a job. And I wanted to leave the job that I was at anyway because the hours are just completely scuffed. Yeah, so it was a real short commitment to committing to YouTube. It was very short-lived. Full-time YouTube for the win. Can I have your carpentry job? You know what? That $2 just did it. I think I could actually stick to the commitment. But yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I know a place that's hiring after tomorrow. But yeah, kind of shitty, right? Just like living here. I've been here for a fucking year. I've sunk thousands into this house, fixing it myself. Obviously, like, you know, I'm a carpenter, so like there's stuff wrong with the house. Hasn't been fucking updated or anything. I've remodeled the fucking kitchen, remodeled the bathroom. I've had the back wall literally stripped down to just the framing to replace the fucking sill, the bottom sill, the sill plate. You know how hard that is? I had to fucking lift, like, the entire wall with, like, jacks so that I could fucking take the weight off and pull a rotten fucking mud sill out. Or not mud sill, fucking bottom sill. Fucking fix the wall and shit like that because it was leaking under the window. I did a bunch of shit to this house. And then a year later, oh yeah, hey, we're gonna sell it. Fantastic! Thanks for fucking telling me. I don't know how soon it's gonna be. I was just like, just keep me in the loop, I guess, you know, so that I have a fucking place to go. But comedic timing, right? As soon as I decide to leave my current job to pursue YouTube, they're like, No. Actually, no. You will not be doing that. So, it's not a big deal. I was thinking about dragging up anyway, going somewhere else eventually. So I just got to do that now instead of later. Still going to focus on YouTube, obviously. It just won't be the full commitment, the full-time commitment that I planned on doing. It'll just be the same schedule that I have been doing, which is weekly uploads and hopefully weekly streams. Yeah, just let me know when I can't live in my home anymore. Yeah, no shit. Literally. Sometimes, man. Who needs enemies when you have family? No, I'm not going to Ohio. Union carpenter jobs don't pay as much as Indiana. We actually fucking, so like the council that I belong to, it's the Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky Regional Council, and they actually just completely overhauled. Not just did it, but like earlier this year, I think, just completely overhauled our medical benefits package because Ohio doesn't have as much work in the union trade, union carpentry trade. So they basically hatcheted our fucking medical benefits so that we could pay for Ohio's medical benefits. People were fucking pissed, dude. Pissed. Myself included. It's fucking bogus. It's not my fault that y'all don't have any fucking work. No, Arizona's too hot. It's too close to Mexico. I'm pretty good on that. I don't like deserts. Depending on how soon I need to be out of here. Army raised enlistment to 42. I'm not going back. Absolutely not. Depending on the timeline on like when I need to be out of here, I'm probably going to Oregon. I loved it out there. I fucking love Oregon. The landscape is fucking beautiful. The gun laws are not that bad. They're really not. It's not as good as Indiana, which, I mean, the only thing that I can think of that Indiana has over Oregon is permitless carry, which I have a permit anyway, so like what is the fucking point? I'm from Ohio, and it was the best decision to leave, yeah. Eastern Ohio was really cool. Over in the Appalachian Mountains and shit. Bro, stop short of Oregon, stay in Idaho. That's what a lot of people have been saying, but like, I'm just concerned with the work. I just don't know what the fuck is available in Idaho as far as work. That, and I don't think my wife would go for it. If we're going to move west, she wants to move to the West Coast. I had to like talk her out of California. I'm like, I'm not going. We go to California, we're going to live in 2 houses. And mine's not going to be in California. It just won't be able to stay there long term. Like, it just wouldn't work. Although, if for some reason I decided to go to California, the UBC, the Universal Brotherhood of Carpenters, a third of their membership is in California. It's the state with the largest concentration of union carpentry, or union carpenters in the country. And a union carpenter there, a journeyman carpenter. Okay, like, put it into perspective. The median household income in California is like $160,000 a year, I believe. A journeyman union carpenter working 40 hours a week in California makes $200K. So it's like, you make great money. I would make great fucking money even for California. Like, with me and my wife working, it would be insane. I'd be fucking raking in money. But I would have to live in California, which, fuck that. I would have to give up everything, and I'm not doing that. From the northeastern tip, 30 minutes to Erie, Pennsylvania, and 30 minutes from Cleveland. Nice. Yeah, I actually went to Pennsylvania over the weekend while I was hanging out with Range Day Bro. It was pretty cool. All the small towns there, they look like they're like stuck in from like 100 years ago. That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't go to California just because I wouldn't be able to exist there as a person. The fundamental things that make me me would be like vilified in California. It would be a risk, and I just don't want to do it. I'm not going to. I mean, union dues aren't really that bad. It's like $22 a month for me. It ain't shit. What's up, Ground Fog? Yeah, I understand that in California, like you could find places that aren't like super libtardy, but I wouldn't want to, man. Just it doesn't matter. The state's still the state, you know. There's no escaping that. If I did it, it would have to be for a short period of time, and even then, it's like the next place I'm moving to, I'm planning on buying a house, so I'm not buying a house in California, so I wouldn't really waste my time. Best state? A lot of people have been saying Idaho. Idaho is heavily slept on. Word on the street. For business owners, it's like really favorable. It seems like a lot of work is popping up in Idaho. The gun laws there are fantastic. Idaho seems to be slept on. That's what a lot of people have been saying. Property isn't that expensive there. I am. Is Discord a thing? Do you have a Discord? Is that gay? I do have a Discord, yes. I've stopped advertising it because it's been getting filled with a bunch of retards. So I'm tired of hand-holding it. Idaho's not best state. Don't move here, stay away. Yeah, it's trying to keep the cat in the bag. Yeah, but no, for me personally, I've been all over. I've traveled across the entire country, coast to coast, from Virginia to California, down to Texas, up to literally Sioux Locks, Michigan. I've been to I've touched basically every border of the country, all four corners. And Oregon really sticks out to me. I really like Oregon. I think it's a good compromise for me and my family. The landscape there, I said, it's fucking beautiful. I have friends there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be great. There's union work there, so I'd be all right on that front. Yeah. I would make it work. Indiana just ain't it, man. Like, I have such a love-hate relationship with Indiana. It's, it's where I'm from. I was born and raised here. But just, I don't know. Just, you could really only live here in pockets. You know what I'm saying? There's only like certain places to live, and even then it's just like there's just nothing to fucking do here. Indiana was literally voted the most depressing state to live in the United States. Isn't that fucking crazy? Indiana has fantastic gun laws, nowhere to shoot. Like, good luck. Legitimately. I'm fortunate enough to have the place that I have to shoot, but it's not the same for everybody else. So when am I going to start Askrakistan? Once I conquer Oregon. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna move into a box under a bridge in Portland. Yeah, Indiana. It's just like I don't know. One thing that I really don't like about Indiana is the literally one of the main driving factors pushing me away from here is the weather. I fucking hate the weather here. The summers here are like there's no like acceptable climate here. Fall is way too short, which is arguably my favorite season. It's way too fucking short. It's usually just like a really short transition period between summer and then it's just straight into winter. Winter is like 6 months long here. Summer is like 3 months, but it's fucking brutal. Hotter, like the weather that we have now, where it's like 95 degrees with 90% humidity. That is summer. It's fucking terrible. I hate it. I cannot fucking function in this weather. Probably from all the fucking heat casualties and instances of rhabdo that I've had. My kidneys are fucking shot, so like my body's ability to regulate fucking electrolytes and shit like that is just not there. Hot weather just fucking kills me. Yeah, I do want the mountains. I love the fucking mountains. There isn't a single mountain in Indiana. Except for Mount Baldy. It's the Lake Michigan National Park. If any of y'all have been there, it's super cool. If you ever pass through northern Indiana. Fun place to go. It's in Michigan City. If you smell like a goat, the bugs go away. Yeah, you just gotta smell like nature. Yeah. No, I wouldn't really want to go to North Carolina. I wouldn't want to get raped by hurricanes. Badlands, Indiana also. True. True. I actually drove past there not too long ago. Yeah. Just don't care for Indiana, man. Just don't really care for it. There's hardly anything to do here. Fucking work is, becoming a little bit more and more competitive. The fucking school systems suck ass here. Like, raising a family here is, like, suboptimal. West Virginia. West Virginia, I was actually just talking to somebody about this today. West Virginia, there is not a lot there. It's like one of the poorest states in the United States. It is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It is fucking beautiful there. But, like, moving there and finding work and settling down, from what I've heard, is, like, extremely difficult. Like, very difficult. And it's just because, like, making a good living out there, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's hard to just find a good paying job out there to raise a family. People go on Zillow and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh man, fucking, you could buy a house out here for super cheap, and like, look where it's at. It's like a beautiful property." It's like, yeah, now go find a job to pay that mortgage. Like, that'll be hard as hell. That's why all them houses are for sale, is because nobody can fucking afford to finance a house out there. West Virginia would be great if you're, like, retired. You know what I mean? Look into electrical utilities, though. I actually do have a background in... So, I worked in IT for a little while, and I got a shit ton of certifications in critical infrastructure management. So, like, handling uninterruptible power sources, generators, HVAC, basically like data center environments and stuff like that. Might be a good transfer. You know, I have the background for it. But I went into carpentry just because I wanted a pension. But yeah, West Virginia is great if you're retired. I'd go to West Virginia if I won the lottery. Or if I was retired. See you later, man. Wisconsin isn't bad for shooting if you meet a chill farmer. We have the Midwest weather, but... Okay, cat. But we beat it with booze, yeah. Wisconsin has the highest concentration of alcoholics, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, if I move, I'm probably moving to Oregon. That's probably my go-to. But all right. Let's see here. I've been going for a couple hours, almost 3. We'll go ahead and I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully there was some good knowledge transfer here. Shout out to everybody who donated. All the channel members who've been sticking around for so long. Thank you guys especially. Special thank you to Omni-Provisions, being the longest sponsor of this channel. One of the biggest supporters of this channel. You guys know what I do here, so you know what Omni-Provisions does. And yeah. We'll go ahead and we'll wrap this up. I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna try and get a video out this week. I was busy doing a lot of collaborations, but I got time to actually still do a video this week, so I'm gonna do a video this week. I think this week's video. why is my Instagram story so based? Look at who's piloting it, man. I got the best feed. Let me see. Yes, Spirit X Online for another $2. He says, "Thank you, Unky, for the wisdom and guidance." Absolutely, brother. That's my goal here. It's all I'm going for. I'm glad I could provide. This week, I think this week I'm going to do a video on. I'm going to do one video addressing. It'll be a quick one, addressing the vertical grip argument and why I think it's dumb. You know, just to throw my hat in the ring on that matter. I'm a few weeks late to the argument, but whatever. I've been busy. But yeah, look forward to that. I'll probably film that tomorrow. Yeah, drink water, guys. It's hot out there. Stay hard. Be harder. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It don't matter. God bless you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. Remember that Christ is King.